EA Sports knew it was making a big play when it rejected football's governing body FIFA's demands for hugely expensive new terms to carry on calling its games by that ever-familiar name. Now the series is continuing under a new guise, EA Sports FC, with its first iteration being FC 24. We've had the chance to play the game on PlayStation 5 ahead of release to see how it's shaping up. While it isn't openly poo-pooing its former partner, there's no doubt that EA is making a big deal of the rebrand it's given the series formerly known as FIFA. This is a huge transition that moves its most popular sports game to an all-new brand, and it's a moment of risk. That's not to say that the changes made to FC 24 are actually all that seismic compared to FIFA 23 though, and it might be fair to frame the change as more of a marketing one than a gameplay one. Still, a new year brings some new features as always, and the spotlight this time is on a few different areas. First up is an upgrade to the Hypermotion animation system that lets EA scan movements from recorded footage instead of laborious motion capture. This means that theoretically a star player like cover athlete Erling Haaland could score a ridiculous goal 1 week, and the FC 24 team could get that move animated and available to players in a matter of weeks, although whether this will happen in practice is another question. The system has apparently been in the pipeline for around 5 years, and should unlock even more potential animations over time. Also exciting are changes to how players' bodies and clothes are modeled. The former, in particular, sees a major upgrade to accuracy to leave players with unique physiologies looking far closer to their actual selves. EA Sports showed us Wolves' stocky sprinter, Adama Traoré, as the perfect example of a player who's never looked quite right until now, while the previously too skinny superstar Vinicius Jr. also now looks appropriately more muscled. Boasts about the fabric rework that's taken place are slightly more dubious. The demo I played still had the good old weirdly flapping shirts and shorts, despite a supposedly major behind-the-scenes upgrade. The EA Sports FC rebrand is focusing a lot on triangles this year, with the new logo a jutting triangular one, almost as a direct riposte to the roundness of the old-school EA Sports logo. However, it all hangs on how important they are to football. Passing it around the opposition has long boiled down to finding triangles to pass through. And while that's not something that has brought a total change of style to the gameplay in FC 24, there's still been some tactical evolution. Tactical styles can now have a greater impact on your team, and you can select a philosophy to develop in career modes from a list of greats, like tiki-taka and gegenpressing, not forgetting the classic park the bus. How players can grow into these systems isn't something we've been able to assess though. Our demo was limited to just the kickoff mode and 2 teams, Manchester City and PSG. Still, playing a bunch of games between these 2 star-studded sides was enough to put one major worry to rest. There's absolutely no loss in authenticity or branding as a result of FIFA's departure. Likenesses, clubs, stadia, and merchandise are all present and correct, and EA Sports FC has signed even more deals to keep the likes of the Premier League, WSL, Champions League, and more in its roster for years to come. Gameplay is very familiar to old hands from FIFA 23, with a slower pace than some older entries offered, leaving explosive players like Mbappe still just as frightening when they hit their stride. New precision through balls are delightful when they come off, and an expanded roster of skill moves means that top-level players will really be able to showboat with tricksters like Neymar and Vinicius. It's hard to know a vast amount more than this from the games I was able to play. While major changes are coming to the likes of Ultimate Team, Pro Clubs, now just Clubs, and Career Modes, those will all have to be tested at a later date, or at launch. FC 24 doesn't bring a total visual overhaul when you're in a match, but it has much cleaner menus and layouts that should make navigating to the mode you want and laying out your team as simple as it's been in ages. That might not sound like a very exciting prospect, but since big Ultimate Team players spend half their time fiddling around in menus, the changes that have been made could make a big difference over time. In-game, the sound design has also taken a step up as a whole, with more trackable sound as the camera shifts around angles in the stadium. The last couple of years already brought welcome changes to lighting that made for more dramatic matches, and new broadcast mimicking touches only enhance the premium presentation. You can see pundits milling around, players warming up and chatting in the dressing rooms while you make changes at halftime or before a game. And crunch matches will again be accompanied by tiffus, flamethrowers, and more to really amp up the atmosphere. Without access to flagship modes like Ultimate Team and Career, I can't really say much more than that FC 24 plays like it's lost almost nothing by abandoning FIFA's name. and that's a very reassuring marker to hit at this stage. In wrapping up our exploration of EA Sports FC 24, we've delved into a gaming experience that's redefining the world of soccer simulation. With its cutting-edge graphics, lifelike player movements, and dynamic gameplay, this title truly puts you in the heart of the action like never before. But the excitement doesn't end with this video. To stay connected with all things gaming, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Don't miss the chance to explore the additional links in the description below, which includes a link to our Etsy shop, where you can purchase some beautiful artwork for your living space and friends alike. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of EA Sports FC 24. The game is more than just a simulation, it's a lifestyle. So dive in, stay engaged, and continue to celebrate the beautiful game with us. Until next time, keep on waiting patiently to start scoring those virtual goals and making your mark on the pitch.